Goggles V1, Goggles 2. How about that? And over here, like y'all really want to see my bathroom. The AVATA drone. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. Can't wait to try to fly it. You probably heard me go back and forth about getting walk snell versus the new DJI goggles that might come out and the version 3 air unit that should come out. And I've gone back and forth about that. But really, the way recently, just watching the walk snell videos, I'm just not impressed. I'm not sure how long it'll take them to get up to speed. Looks like they've kind of caught up with, maybe slightly surpassed the current DJI, or the old DJI, the V1 and V2 goggles. So, but then you see the Goggles 2 videos or the AVATA videos, and it's just like it's a way softer image, even though it's displaying like a lot more resolution, a lot more detail, yet it's still softer. It's kind of almost like with the DJI camera versus the Caddx Nebula Pro camera. The Nebula Pro is a little softer. It actually made it kind of nicer of an image, even though it had worse lighting, like for if there's a bright spot anywhere, it caused that to be fuzzy, like around the trees. But the image was slightly nicer just because of the softness. It doesn't have that like electric look because of the sharp DJI camera. But anyways, walk snell, their latest firmware, I was like, wow, that's pretty good. Well, even though I just ordered Goggles 2. I was like, that's pretty good, but then I got to comparing them, playing them back to back, and yeah, it's nowhere near what the DJI Goggles 2 are doing, at least not from a DVR standpoint, not what we can see on the internet. Yeah, and I just watched one video. It's just a complete fly through. Most people just showing the DJI, the AVATA, like display the 4K content and all that stuff. That the cinema drone, which is what it is. But I always, just like always on my channel, I always display the cockpit view, what you're seeing in the goggles. That's what I like to show. So, but yeah, going around and looking for that kind of a view in all the videos. It's pretty hard to find, really, to find just a good, solid, long ride, but I did find one. And that's what you're going to find on my channel. Now that I have the drone, if I don't crash it, and if it all runs fine, once it's all charged, it's all going to be goggle DVR. Maybe every once in a while I'll throw a 4K in there, but mostly it's going to be the goggle DVR, which is 1080p. So we'll see how that flies. I'm going to be flying with the... People have weird names for this thing, of course, but it's just the motion controller where you just fly it like a joystick in the air. So we'll see how that goes. It'll be first for me. Everybody seems to think it's really fun, actually. So I think it could be really cool. Plus, it'll be great for teaching kids or my wife or whoever else to fly. This actually feels like one drone that I could actually hand to a friend that comes over and say, "Yeah, you can try it. Just don't press on the trigger too much. Don't go too fast." Just move around just a little bit, and I think they could explore with it quite fine. Keep it in normal mode, and tell them to. It almost makes you want to put it in a trigger stop in there, so that they can't go too fast. But and then they should be able to learn it. It does seem quite intuitive, so we'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the great video, and I'm gonna try to give you my first impressions on it. If everything goes right, I'll set up the camera and you can watch me fly it. One other cool thing it has that seems like a lot of reviewers don't talk about is when you're flying with the motion controller, you also have head tracking. So with just the motion controller, you wouldn't be able to look in at something as you go around it, like do an orbit. But like they did show it on a Road Ride video, where you look in and turn out with your motion controller, and that'll make you orbit. So looking forward to trying that out too. Maybe it might be a little hard to look, but realize it might. We'll just see how disorienting it is. Yeah, flight coming up pretty soon, as soon as my batteries are charged. Alright, so of course nothing ever goes quite right the first time. I've actually already flown it, and yeah, the video is awesome. You do have to connect the goggles to the DJI Fly app for, I guess, so it can figure out your location, where you're about to fly from. So, but now it seems like if I power off the goggles and power back on, it all still seems to work. So, gonna try that. The other thing I didn't do is the auto record wasn't on. I figured out where that is. So auto record's on now. I think that's about it. So what it was doing when I first flew it was it would only stay just barely in the yard. I mean, not even do the full yard. It had like a range limitation until you connected to the DJI Fly app. So that's kind of a bummer. I think there are some unlocks for that, so I gotta find all that kind of stuff. It's my first time with the camera gen, so gotta figure out the ins and outs there. It's a little awkward flying with this, you know, it's not as quick, especially like if you get near a branch or something, a little awkward. We'll see how it goes. It's probably great for beginners. Looks like my wife is coming, so I'm gonna just have to stop this. Okay, time to try this again. In the right spot there. Goggles on. Controller on. Drone on. The one thing I haven't tried is the head tracking yet. It's just, yeah, you just don't do that. So, gotta try that once it comes on. And there's the video. Whoa, and I think I just turned off the video. Did I? Yep, I did. Alright, let's see here. Why isn't that working? Double press. Okay, gotta get it right. Took me forever. Alright, head tracking. Head tracking is not on. Head tracking's on. That should be interesting. I haven't tried this yet. Better keep it in normal mode. Let's roll. Rolling out here. It is pretty loud. Oopsies. That button's in a bad spot. Keep hitting the record button on accident. Yeah, you can't turn as tight as quick, seems like. But yeah, look at that video. Isn't that just beautiful? Look down, look up. Oh, sweet. Head tracking. Hey, it even kind of tilts for you, too. Let's change it to sport mode. I believe that's this button. Let's go cruise. Alright, it's starting to get a little bad on the, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but 20 megabit. No, still kind of holding in there. Slowed down a little bit. 19, 17. buddy. Better get up. Kind of jumped a little there. I'm at low megabit at the moment. Should be coming back in. I'm kind of worried at the moment because I forgot what my, I think I set my return to home high enough. But in the meantime, I'm not sure enough of it. It was kind of doing weird stuff there just now. Didn't like that. It will definitely be easier to fly smooth with a full controller. I mean, this is intuitive, kind of cool, but it's it does make it a little tough to fly just like you're used to flying, especially any like sharp turns. You gotta learn to, like, and going up, your wrist doesn't want to do that. Oh, look at how beautiful it is. Just gotta learn to let off the throttle too. Alright, I will try to stitch these together into one flight. Anyways, went all the way around the loop with just these Omnis directionals on. It was a little iffy there. I have no clue like what my power is set to. I have to look into that, if there's power settings. Anyways, it is a little loud. Not real bad though. You can definitely hear it everywhere. Alright, what's that button again? This button. Hold. And it lands. Okay, and we got a, what, 25% battery? And I already flew it a little bit before, so it's not fully charged. That's pretty cool. There you go. New drone. Pretty cool, huh?